This was supposed to be a day like any other. Another evening among the archives, drowning in ink and parchment until long after midnight. The halls were their usual shade of shadowed gray, cold, silent, vast. Yet I felt them breathing, as if the stones themselves remembered every scream they once contained. They say blood is the strongest bond, that it runs deeper than soil or sky, stretching back to the roots of the world. That if a man's ancestor was cursed, the curse does not end. It waits, it festers, it calls through time. I never believed in such superstitions, never. But belief is nothing to the truth, and truth always collects its due. The past does not die. It waits. This day was something different, and this is how it happened. My name is Alaric Soren.
I have sworn before altar and sky that I will end this wretched legacy. No more shall the blood of my kin be wasted on the curse that gnaws at us from the shadows. I trace the names back farther and farther to the one they call Iraker. His hand bore the mark. Mine bears nothing. Yet the dreams come all the same. I starved myself of food and light for 40 days. I poured sacred oils over my skin until it blistered and burned. I spoke the words of unmaking in the broken tongue of the old ones, words that make the priest flinch. But the curse only laughed. I felt it in my veins, in my womb, in my thoughts. It is not bound to any mark or prayer. It is bound to us. My oath was nothing but wind against stone.
They named me Butcher, and I wore the title with pride. 2 axes at my sides polished with oil and blood, each swing a hymn to the crowd. They did not come for justice. They came for the spectacle, and I gave it to them. Heads fell quick when mercy was ordered, but mercy was rare. More often they demanded a show. I split skulls in twain, severed arms before the neck, carved a body piece by piece until the condemned howled like animals. I learned how to time it, not too fast, not too slow. The crowd wanted suffering they could taste. The shoe was my favorite, a simple device of iron and screws clamped to the foot and twisted until bones crumbled like bread crust. By the time I reached the thigh, the leg was nothing but pulp. Some fainted, some begged me for death, but I always gave them what the judges wanted, a lesson in obedience. Each cry, each snap of bone, they became part of me. I was not judge, nor priest, nor jury. I was the end.
I have failed. Every prayer turned back upon me, every vow unraveled into silence. The curse is not an enemy to be slain, nor a chain to be broken. It is a mirror, and I could not bear what it showed me. I took the knife to my wrist tonight, not in cowardice, but in defiance. If I cannot unbind the curse, I can at least deny my breath. My blood stains this altar where I once begged for mercy. Now I give none. They will call me weak. Let them. I was the first to see it clearly. We are not victims. We are the curse itself.
They chained me at last, the same man who once chained others. They said my appetite for pain had gone too far, that I had enjoyed the screams too much. Hypocrites! Every lord who ordered my hand had smiled as the crowd cheered. They broke my axes before me, then broke my legs with the very shoe I had turned so many times. The screws ground through my bones until I felt nothing but a wet sack where flesh had been. They wanted me to taste my own art, but still I laughed. Even as they strapped me to the wheel, shattering each limb in turn, I spat blood in their faces. They thought I was punished. I knew the truth. I had become the punishment itself. For 3 days I lingered, blind from the crows, my body ruined. Still I sang. Still I laughed. When at last they buried me in salt, I felt the earth drink deep, and I knew it would never forget the taste of me.
I was born a mistake, and so they set me to the work of mistakes. They gave me the axe to sharpen, the buckets to clean, the cords to bind the condemned. I was still a boy when I held down a thrashing man so another could swing the blade. At first, I trembled. The blood sprayed my face and I retched into the dirt. But the second time, my stomach steadied. By the third, I found myself leaning close to watch the moment when the eyes went dull. They called me bastard, and so I made the dead my kin. Each neck severed was a brother's farewell, each scream the lullaby of my mother. I belonged nowhere except here, among the condemned. If my father is out there, let him see what I have become. Not son, not man, but executioner. They broke me once, and when I did not shatter, they rebuilt me as something else. The Stygian Inquisitions needed a surgeon, not for healing, but for unraveling. They put knives in my hands, chains at my feet, and called it service. I learned to keep the guilty alive long enough to name their friends. I learned how far a body can bend before the bones scream. I could stitch flesh with fish hooks. I could force a heart to beat with bellows when it begged to stop. I told myself it was duty, that the order demanded obedience. But each night when I washed the blood from my fingers, I felt no guilt, only purpose. When they finally turned on me, accusing me of excess, they broke my hands. Still, I smiled. The tools had long since fused to me. They cannot break what I already am.
The ravens followed me again today. They do not call like birds, but whisper in a tongue that gnaws at the marrow. I do not know whether the sound is carried by the wind or whether it rises from inside my skull. I was marked from birth, a dark birthmark burned into the palm of my hand. My mother swore it was the claw of Fenrir himself, but I know it to be something older. When I sleep, the mark glows like coal. When I wake, the pain of it lingers. I have seen the curse at work already. My brother drowned beneath the ice, and yet I still hear his voice at night, gasping, pleading, calling my name. I cannot tell if I am haunted by him or if I am becoming him. If I do not write again, let these words remain. I was the first to hear the curse speak, and though it has no name, it has chosen me.
I found it again tonight. The wall in the northern hall, where the plaster flakes away like old skin. Beneath it, there are letters, faint, barely visible, as though someone carved them with a fingernail instead of a knife. I can almost read them when the lantern strikes just right. Words twisted between languages, half Latin, half something older. They do not bid me to touch, nor do they command. They only remain. I do not know why I keep coming back here. Perhaps I want to believe it is nothing more than trick of light and dust. Yet each time the words seem clearer. If I linger too long, I swear they move. Or perhaps it is only my eyes, trying to remember what they were never meant to see.
Please, cousin, brother, whatever you are, stop this. End me, if you must, but spare me the slow cruelty.
Slow cruelty. No, no, this is art. Every breath you steal is another note in my symphony. Why should I hurry to the finale when the overture is so delicious?
You are kin. We share the same blood. Would you truly make me suffer for your pleasure?
Pleasure. This is life itself. Each snap of sinew, each cry that tears your throat. They remind me that I am alive. While you rot here, I thrive in your unmaking.
Then at least At least kill me cleanly. Show me mercy.
Mercy is the lie we tell the weak, and you, my dear kin, are far too strong to be given that gift. I want to see how long your body can sing before silence claims it.
God help me, please.
There is no God here, only me and you, and the music of your breaking.
What? What was that? Was I seeing the past? But no. No record speaks of such a thing. If it was the future, then is that what waits for me? Can it be changed? Or is it already written?